In this video, I'm gonna give you three ways to cap off your sprinkler. I'm Sprinkler Nerd Andy, and you're watching Sprinkler TV. All right, let's get right into this. This is a very common question that we receive here at sprinkler supply stores. How do I cap my sprinkler? And depending on what type of sprinkler that you have, the answer can be different. So what I'm gonna do today is try to give you three ways to cap the sprinkler. And really what we're talking about when we say cap the sprinkler, and the reason that this question comes up is because sometimes people are converting sprays over to drip and they wanna cap all their sprinklers off and then install drip lines. So really we're gonna answer this question as if we're talking about a spray head sprinkler. Okay, if you want to cap off a rotor, I think technique 3 that I'm going to go over here will work well for you as it relates to capping off or removing a rotor. All right, so the first thing that I want to mention is that the two most common sprinklers, spray sprinklers, are number one, Rainbird. This is a Rainbird 1800 series sprinkler. They come in various specifications. Some have check valves, some have pressure regulation, but either way, it's a Rainbird 1800 sprinkler. And then we have what's called the Hunter Pro Spray. And just like Rainbird, Hunter offers this with the check valves, pressure regulation, etc. So the first way that you can cap off your sprinkler is to, drum roll please, buy a cap. Seems kind of obvious, but sometimes they are hard to find. So here I have the Hunter Pro Spray cap, right? This is a solid cap. And then we have the Rainbird solid cap. And what's important to know about these caps is that they cannot be installed on other sprinklers. So a Rainbird cap must go on a Rainbird sprinkler. A Hunter cap must go on a Hunter sprinkler, and they cannot be exchanged, okay? So what I'm gonna do is flip the camera over here. I'm gonna show you how to install one. It's pretty obvious. You don't actually need me to show you, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's say this is installed in the ground. You simply unscrew the top. This is the Hunter sprinkler. And you pull out the internal parts like that. Then you take the Hunter cap, which I have right here, and you screw it on the sprinkler and you're done. That's it. You have now capped off your Hunter sprinkler. Again, this could be a 3-inch, 4-inch, 6-inch, 12-inch size. All the tops are exactly the same to the Hunter Pro Spray. Let's put that over here. Let's do the same thing with the Rainbird 1800, okay? And you can see the difference as I removed Hunter. The caps are slightly different in the way that they work. Rainbird, the inside portion is attached to the cap. So when you pull it out, see it's all together. And with Hunter, it was actually two different pieces. But similarly, you take your Rainbird cap, which I have here, and you simply screw it onto the top of the sprinkler, okay? Keep in mind, as I mentioned, the caps are different for each sprinkler, and this cap will not fit on this sprinkler and this cap will not fit on this sprinkler. They are brand specific. Okay, so that was the first way and the easiest way to cap off your sprinkler. And I would say it's semi-permanent, all right? Let's move on to method number 2. And what's cool about method number 2 is that you can use this for other sprinklers. So I'm gonna show you, Hunter actually makes what looks like a nozzle, but it's a blank, okay? So the reason I say this looks like a nozzle is because it threads onto the riser of the sprinkler, just like a fixed nozzle, variable nozzle, MP rotator, etc. It screws onto the riser, and that will allow you to cap it off. So let's use an example here. I still have this Rainbird pop up. And what we'll do is we will unscrew, this happens to be the flush plug because this is a new sprinkler. We're gonna unscrew the flush plug, and then we're gonna screw on the blank nozzle. And now we have capped off this sprinkler. Okay, the other cool thing is I put this Hunter blank nozzle or plug nozzle or nozzle cap, if you will, onto the Rainbird sprinkler. Okay, so any pop-up sprinkler that has male threads, which is most brands, okay? Brands like Irritrol, Hunter, Rainbird, Weathermatic. Really the only brands that have a female top is Toro and some K-Rain sprinklers. And if that's the case, you can purchase this Hunter nozzle cap and you can cap off any sprinkler. You don't have to worry about, is it a Rainbird sprinkler? Is it a Hunter sprinkler? Is it an Irritrol sprinkler? This nozzle cap will allow you to cap off that any sprinkler, okay? So the only thing that you need to really consider by doing this method is that it will always pop up, okay? Every time the sprinklers come on, it's going to pop up. And so it still is susceptible to vandalism, damage, lawnmowers, etc., because it could get stuck here, it could get knocked off. So I would say this method would be temporary. I would not recommend you capping it permanently with this method. For capping your sprinkler permanently, I'm gonna show you that method now, and this works for any sprinkler. So let's start by explaining how sprinklers are connected to a lateral line. This happens to be a PVC service tee connected to a swing joint, and most sprinklers are connected like this. So there can be different apparatuses and methods to connect the sprinkler to the lateral line, but there is always a 1/2 inch threaded fitting that connects to the bottom of the sprinkler. And the most permanent way to cap off your sprinkler is to just get a PVC cap, remove your sprinkler, and screw on the cap to the riser. Okay, if you are adventurous, you can dig all the way down and put a plug here in the service tee, but the easiest, most permanent way would be to put a cap right here on the riser. And again, you can cap any sprinkler that way. It doesn't matter what the brand is, because every spray sprinkler, like we just reviewed, has a 1/2 inch female bottom. So the bottom connection point is always going to be a 1/2 inch. So all you need is a 1/2 inch cap, and you can put that right on the riser leading to the sprinkler. And if you want to cap a rotor, which I don't have here, rotors have a 3/4 inch inlet. So instead of having a 1/2 inch cap, you would use a 3/4 inch cap, dig the sprinkler up entirely and just screw that cap on and then bury it. And that would be the permanent installation. So we had method number 1, which was capping the sprinkler. That is semi-permanent. Then we had installing a blank nozzle on the sprinkler. That is temporary. And then the most permanent method is to actually cap off the riser leading up to the sprinkler. I hope that helps answer some of the questions about how to cap your sprinkler. And if we can help answer any more questions that you might have, you can always reach us by phone, chat, email, text message. And before I forget, please drop a comment, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and give us a wave. We love to have you here with us on YouTube. So till the next Sprinkler Supply Store product overview, happy sprinkling. We'll talk to you then.